Hey folks, Jim from the Guitar Trade Centre in Glasgow here. I just thought I'd do another video for you guys just to answer a question that we've been asked. And this is how it works. What I would like to do is have you guys ask some questions, anything you think might be a useful topic of discussion, and then I'll do a quick video on it to give you my opinion on it, my experience on it, and see if any of that helps. And if it does and you guys find it interesting, I'll do as many of these as you like. So the topic, or the question rather, was what are the benefits of buying from a guitar store versus from a private individual? And that's a bit of a complex one. There's lots of benefits. There's also some benefits to buying from a private individual over a store. But let's look at the benefits of buying from a store first. So, if you buy a guitar, or sorry, let's think about it even before buying the guitar. If you want to view guitars, so let's say you get £1,000 in your pocket, or let's go 2,000, right? Because we get this nice little Les Paul Standard in my hand. So let's say, and I like to use a Les Paul Standard as an example. Let's say you want to buy a Les Paul Standard and you've got £2,000 in your pocket and cash, and you want to buy a Les Paul Standard. You can look on Facebook Marketplace. You can do eBay and Reverb, and let's take all the shops off of eBay and Reverb and just say it was private guys. So, and I say guys as just in players, just a term. So let's say you spend hours looking around on Gumtree, eBay, Reverb, Facebook Marketplace, and then you see a guitar that you want to go and see, and it's an hour away from you. And you drive to the guy's house, or you get in touch with him, he gives you his details, you agree a price beforehand, and then you go to the guy's house. So you've got to walk into somebody's house that you don't know with £2,000 cash in your pocket, in an area that you've probably not been to before, and you don't know what's behind the door. Let's be honest, this could go completely fine, but you don't know what's behind the door. So you could walk in there to anything, any sort of scenario that crosses your mind, you could walk into that. You could also just walk into a guy standing with a guitar, you buy the guitar and go home and everything's fine. But there's a risk, you're risking your money by going somewhere. Secondly, you go into the guy's house and you're behind closed doors in a house. So who knows who's there or what's there. And then you check over the guitar, you take a look at it. It might be maybe a dark lit room. We're quite bright in here, but let's say it's a dark lit room, guy's house. You have a blast of it, and then you say, yeah, how long you had it? And he says, yeah, I've had it a while. And you ask him as many questions as you ask him, and you're happy with the questions. You plug it in and you're happy with it. And he goes, yeah, everything's completely stock as well. And you go, great. And you give him the £2,000 or whatever price you've agreed, and then you walk out. And you go home, and you're having a little blast of it, and then you notice something not quite right, a crack on the neck, or something you missed, or a couple of chips that you never noticed, or you go to restring it and you pop the pickups out and it's a Seymour Duncan that's in it, and not the original custom bucker or whatever was in the guitar that you were supposed to buy. The guy's away with your money. He's not going to do anything about it. So you're stuck with something that might not be quite right. You could also get it home and everything's completely fine. No issues whatsoever. You've just got a good deal on something. So there's that. And then also, which has happened in the past to people I know, is you could go along and you could buy something from somebody in a house and it turns out it was stolen. Very possible. Or if you don't know what you're looking at as such, you're not 100% experienced, it might be fake. You might think it's a Gibson when you go along and you drop £2,000 cash on it or thereabouts, and it turns out it's not. You wouldn't be the first person to have done that. So there's that. And then let's flip it to the sort of benefits of buying from a guitar store. So before you even buy it, you can go along. You can try out multiple things at the one time. You can try out multiple of the same guitar. If you get to one of the big shops, they might have multiple of the same colour that you can try. If you get to some of the smaller independent guys like us, they might have a couple of different years that you can try. You could compare an 80s to a 90s to a 2000s to a custom shop to a... I might have my old Les Paul in here, you might have something vintage you can compare it to. And the comfort of a shop that's warm and free parking and all that sort of stuff. So there's a benefit of that. If you buy it from a shop, you might get a return policy or a warranty, which is a benefit over buying from somebody privately. You also get peace of mind that what you're buying plays well, is original, is safe to use, and that sort of stuff as well. What else might you get as a benefit of buying from a guitar shop? You also get the relationship part there. So I'll just speak from my point of view. If somebody comes along and buys something from me, I'd like to think that they don't just come along, say, I'm here to see this guitar, I'll take it and then go out the door, never to be seen again. I would like to think that there's a relationship part in there, that if they are looking for something else in future, they'll come and support me. They'll come and buy something from me again. They'll also tell me what they're looking for, which I can then potentially find for them in my network. They can also then buy accessories while they're here. They can also then have access to a buyer. So if they come to me and they buy a guitar from me, I'm always looking for guitars in future. So if they're looking to sell something, they've got a point of contact that they can potentially sell something to. They can also use me sounds pretty bad. They can also get the benefit of my knowledge. So if somebody has bought a guitar from me in the past and they contact me and say, I've seen this guitar for sale they're in Glasgow, and they say, I've seen this guitar in London and I quite fancy it. What do you think of that? Do you think it looks alright? What do you think of the price? Do you think it's fair? I'm happy to bounce my knowledge off them for that. Because if they bought from me in the past, and it's again relationship building. So I think there's multiple reasons. Also, additionally to that, buying from an independent dealer or any guitar store, you can use your card, so you're protected if what you buy turns out not to be what you think it is. And then also you can also access their online website, which then means you have access to PayPal credit, which gives you additional protection should you need it. You also can use finance. You can use your credit card, which you can't do from a private seller. You can also use the finance options available to you on your website. So there's like PayPal credit, there's Klarna, there's ClearPay, there's if you buy from one of the high street stores, they offer, I think it's V12 or something, their finance, and you can finance something up to 100,000 or whatever. So there's that. You're also getting the peace of mind that what you're buying is genuine as well, because one, we wouldn't sell a fake, either knowingly or unknowingly. We also wouldn't sell something that's not what it's meant to be, in terms of has got major issues with the guitar. If it was a total project thing we've got and it's going to take us too much work to do or too much of a cost, we would advertise that as a project and say here's what the cost and here's what it needs done. But generally we wouldn't sell something that needs a lot of work. So I think that's just some of the benefits. I think there's probably more that I've maybe not thought of at the moment that would be a major benefit. I hope that answers some questions. I hope that gives you some advice and some pointers. But ultimately, what you might get, it might be negligible, is what you might get is, and I'm just flipping the card to the other side because there would be some benefits to buying from a private individual, is you would probably get, in some examples, maybe a better price, because you're not dealing with somebody who's trying to make a markup on it, which is what us dealers are. We're trying to make something on the guitar, and there's only so low we can go before it doesn't make any sense for us to sell it. But a private individual might be, I just want rid of this and sell you a Les Paul Stanley for £1,000 or something because they just really need rid of it. So there's a financial benefit of that, but does the financial benefit of it outweigh all of the other benefits you get from a store? Only you can decide. So what do you guys think? Is there any benefits that you think that we've not thought of? Is there any benefits that you think that you would rather buy from a private individual? Do any of the benefits from a guitar store help you? Can you relate to them? Or are they all just not for you? You don't see any of the benefit of a warranty or authenticity or all the other reasons we spoke about, finance, etc. Let me know what you think, guys. Put some comments down below. And also, what do you want the next video to be about? Do you have any topics you want me to speak about? Anything that you think might be beneficial? If you do, stick it in the comments below or ping us a message and let us know. Thanks, guys. Until next time.